surprise.
Was your husband? 6. Till death do you part.
On my 25th birthday, my husband and my only half-sister pushed me off a balcony to murder me.
Her mother was the only Winston family heir, their long-lost daughter. If the Windsors weren't sending for their granddaughter today, I wouldn't have had to rush things. Don't worry, I'll take good care of your life. It's mine now, and there's nothing you can—
Who set it all up? If I had it to do all over, I'd never marry him. And I would take back every last thing we stole.
Don't be a bore whore! It's your bachelorette party! It's a crime not to get drunk! What the fuck?!
He was dead. On the ground. And now I'm back. 3 days before my wedding with Gary. How did this—
My sister's had too much to drink. Mind helping her out? Take photos? Fine, she'd kill herself over.
Leave it to us.
The first time, I woke up in a hotel room with no memory of how I got there. Back then, I trusted her. Not this time.
Relax, sweetheart. We'll take care of you. You bitch! Get her! Miss, are you...
Ryan Cabot.
As in, the second son of that Wall Street titan?
Have we met? Because no way I'd forget you.
Help me. I don't care how, but I want her in your bed tonight.
Search that car! Move, you dumbass!
You don't want to piss off my boss.
Follow that car. I want photos of her and whoever's inside. The more satirist, the better. Mr. Cabot, I've heard all about you. You play women, not by the rules, but you should know. I'm not someone you want to toy with.
Someone in that club tried to kill me. Find out who. Back to the hotel.
Someone tried to kill you?
Hey, Ryan? Ryan? She drugged my drink.
I need your help, as a man.
Are you trying to have sex with me?
Unless Ryan Cabot is going to turn down a willing woman for the first time ever, then yeah. So it wasn't a dream. I'm back here. Did we?
Do you need a recap? You bandaged me up, then climbed on top of me and asked me to...
Oh my god!
It was the drugs.
If I had a dime for every girl who said that, well, it wouldn't matter because I'm already filthy rich. You're welcome, by the way. Twice now I've helped you out. One bandage for you. Technically, you still owe me.
He's right. At least I didn't go back to that hotel room with those awful men.
Instead, I'm here with Ryan Cabot. Everyone knows the Cabot brothers have been feuding for control.
Don't look at me like that. You know I'm not a stay in bed and cuddle type. Can't stay. It's not personal. Try not to miss me too much.
My wedding's in 3 days. Want to be my +1?
Whatever's going on in your relationship, I'm not your ticket out. We had a one-night stand. Don't read too much into it.
Well, I know you're fighting your brother for the company. First one to 100 billion gets everything. That's the deal, right?
Yes. Those are the terms.
I can help you beat him.
Are those the drugs talking again?
I'm dead serious. You just show up and steal me from my husband, and that 100 billion is yours.
You're crazy. Hot, but crazy.
You've probably heard William Windsor is looking for his long-lost granddaughter, the heir to the Windsor fortune. She'll be at my wedding.
The richest man in the country and all his money can't find a missing girl, and you expect me to believe you know where she is? Are you going to write me an IOU for 100 billion too?
The Windsors are hard to get a hold of, but you know them. I'm counting on you to make sure they're at the wedding. Bring them to my wedding. Here. Good as money.
You're not like most girls, I'll give you that. If this is your idea of foreplay.
I'm serious.
You actually want me to show up at your wedding with the richest man in the country? Stop you from marrying your fiancé and what? Ride off into the sunset?
Wedding's at 3 o'clock.
Send me the dress code.
I'm Stella, by the way. Stella, right?
See you in 3 days, Stella.
I just bet my life on a guy who slept with me without knowing my name. I'm either a genius or I'm a fucking idiot. If it isn't my fiancé and would-be murderer. Mason, my abusive father. Samantha, his mistress, my stepmother. And you already met Gary and Teresa, my half-sister. One big, crappy family. Well, look who finally came home. Staying out all night 3 days before your own wedding? People might think you're sleeping around. You know exactly where I was last night.
How dare you!
Pull a stunt like that again and I won't be so gentle.
Stella, I was so worried. You can't just ignore me like that. Dad, I'm your husband.
Excuse me, Daddy dearest. I'm not feeling well.
Stop right there. We're all here to finalize your wedding details, and you can't be bothered to show up on time, and then you speak to him like you weren't just begging to marry him.
Me? Begging for him? It's true. I did beg. Last time, I let him manipulate me into giving him everything. All because I wanted to save my mother's legacy.
Stella, sweetie, you can only inherit your mother's shares if you marry Gary, remember? Surely you won't let legacy die?
My mother's biggest mistake was choosing Gary as my fiancé before she died. I won't make that mistake again. But the wedding still has to happen. Stella, have some coffee. Last go round, she accidentally poured the same boiling hot coffee on my face. I was nearly disfigured.
What is wrong with you? I know you resent me, but this is low even for you!
I only moved out of the way when I saw Teresa lose her balance. Just an unfortunate accident that she couldn't hold on to that burning hot coffee, wasn't it?
Are you saying I would burn you on purpose? Dad! You can't let her accuse me like that!
Stella, you will say sorry.
That crystal was a handcrafted gift from my mother's mentor. You didn't ask to use it, and now it's destroyed. If anyone's guilty, it's you. Apologize to my mother's teapot.
What? What?
You heard me. Apologize.
You can't be serious! Mason, control your daughter!
Stella, you know what happens when you misbehave, don't you? You're too old to be talking back to your stepmother, but not for me to discipline you.
Go ahead, hit me, and I'll call off the wedding.
You wouldn't.
Try me. No wedding, no inheritance, and the family locked out of the assets forever. Think carefully, Dad.
Dad?
Apologize to the teapot.
Dad, no! You love me!
Now, or I use this on you.
I'm sorry. Can't hear you. Louder.
I'm sorry!
Be more careful or I'll have to make sure the lessons stick next time. That goes for everyone. Don't forget that every luxury you enjoy in this house was once my mother's. Including that husband you stole.
Stella, here. Why don't you take a breath? This isn't like you. Where's my old Stella, huh?
The old Stella's dead. She gave too much and got too little. I prefer drinking out of my own cup. You never know what someone slipped in there. Plus, I don't like to share.
Wherever this new Stella came from, I like it. We're gonna have fun getting married, won't we? My blushing bride.
What makes you so sure I'm still your bride?
Don't get carried away, Stella. Nobody else is going to marry you. You played your hand, but you're out of cards. You still need me. Get some rest.
Gary Hill, in my last life, you were desperate to marry me because your family was days from bankruptcy. You needed my mother's money to survive. But you made me out to be the desperate one. Not anymore.
My daughter was just humiliated. If you don't punish that insolent Stella, you'll have me to deal with.
Enough.
Once Stella is married, her mother's fortune will finally be up for grabs, ours for the taking. For that much money, we can endure a little humiliation. Okay, Cherub?
She's not getting away with this. Every elite member of society will be at her wedding, and everyone will see just what a dirty whore she really is. My wedding gift? Honeymoon in hell.
Mr. Winston, Alex. You got news on my cousin? Her grandpa is going to be psyched. You know, he never stopped searching, even though it's been decades since his only daughter ran away. You really came through, Ryan. Ryan, she'll be there tomorrow at the Hillwright wedding. You have my word. Ryan, I trust you. You're a pet after all. I hear you're competing with your brother for the entire estate and company. First to 100 bill, isn't it? Consider this a small thank you. 10 billion bucks. If it's really her, soon my family will owe you so much more than that.
Stella is telling the truth. Looks like I've got a date at the altar.
But Ryan, if you're lying to us, you'll lose more than money. I'll single-handedly make sure you can't do business in this country again.
I'm a K-Pet. K-Pets deliver on our word.
If he really finds the Windsor's long-lost heiress, he might make a half-decent brother-in-law.
You're already behind Daniel in the succession race, and you want to make a spectacle at someone else's wedding? Is that really what you need?
What I need is to get a move on, Jordan. I've got a wedding to crash. Time to see a man about his bride.
What kind of bride keeps the congregation waiting for an hour?
Apparently her mom built the right corporation from the ground up while her dad was having an affair. She probably died of a broken heart, and her dad just turned around and married the mistress.
Mom, I won't let it be in vain. No more Windsor women will be buried for trusting the wrong man.
I can't believe you wore that. Hurry on down the aisle, then dressed in a cheap tablecloth.
Camilla Hill, Gary's mother. I'm certain she had a hand in my death, too.
Thanks. It was my mother's.
For Gary's sake, I hope his children don't inherit your side's terrible style.
I wouldn't want my kids inheriting your bitchy personality anyway.
Stella, show some respect for my mother at her goddamn wedding.
Looks like this bride needs a lesson in respecting her mother-in-law. Teresa told me what you did. Whore. The Hill family doesn't need a bride with a ruined reputation. You understand?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Whatever lecture you've prepared, save it for someone who cares. This wedding can happen with or without your son. Preferably without.
What did you just say?
Sissy, lovely Mrs. Hill is giving you a chance to absolve yourself. We have pictures, Stella, of you and somebody who isn't Gary. So here is what is going to happen. You're going to hand over your entire inheritance share to Gary as a sign of respect to your new mother-in-law. And maybe then, maybe, we won't destroy you. If this is the wedding you want, then good luck having it without a bride.
Someone stop her.
It looks like they're punishing the bride for something.
I bet you they caught her cheating.
Go ahead. Make her apologize.
If you won't apologize to her, you can apologize to this.
Go on, apologize. It's all you're good for, isn't it?
Teresa, you really overestimated yourself.
You're not gonna get what you want from me, and if you touch me again, if any of you do, I will end you.
Stella, we're all you have. Do you really want to threaten your own family?
Save your breath. She's not worth it. Everyone, I hate to do this on her wedding day. I really do. But my dear whore sister slept with another man 3 days before her wedding to Gary. These pictures prove it.
Whoa! She actually cheated? Damn, and she's just marrying him to unlock her trust? That's cold.
Stella, I trusted you.
Oh, okay. I get it. You're talking about the time you drugged me?
I did not raise a whore!
Camila, Gary, I'm so sorry. It won't happen again. Please, let's continue with the ceremony.
Baby, be grateful I'm such a forgiving man. Now hand over your inheritance and I'll still marry you, damaged goods and all.
Go jump off a balcony.
You don't have a choice, remember? I'm the only man virtuous enough to marry a slut like you.
You sure about that?
There you are, Stella. Let's exchange some vows, shall we?
It was not until the day I gave birth to the child that he broke my legs, threw me into the deep sea, and left the fish and shrimp to eat my internal organs.
You lured the pirates here and killed her just to be jealous and compete for favor. Since you are so keen on competing with her for favor, then I will make you die in the exact same way as her!
In my previous life, when the pirates launched a sneak attack, my husband, a Navy lieutenant, took all the men out to sea to celebrate Selena's birthday. I, who was pregnant, crawled out through the sewer to find him and brought all the men back to save the islanders. But his favorite mistress was caught by the pirates, who slipped through the net, humiliated, and died a tragic death. After my husband killed the pirates, he didn't say a single word. When I opened my eyes again, I was back to the day the pirates attacked. This time, if he still wants to protect his mistress, then let him be. When I was reborn, I watched the pirates speeding toward the shore on speedboats. A violent shiver ran through my body, and I pulled the alarm without a single second of hesitation. It blared across the entire island, but the only cruise ship on the island was gone. My best friend stumbled and threw herself in front of me, her voice cracking with tears.
Vivian, the pirates are attacking! Where have all the men gone? The cruise ship is gone too! What are we going to do?
Before I could answer, the other women and children crowded around us. Dozens of helpless, terrified eyes locked onto me. As the only one who knew what was coming, I had to tell them the truth.
James had taken every last man, every weapon we had, and sailed the cruise ship to the open sea to celebrate Selena's birthday.
My mother-in-law snarled, shaking with rage.
Has he lost his mind? He knows pirates can siege Coral Island at any time, and he dared to take every single Navy man with him? That homewrecker Selena! I always said she was no good! Parading around all weak and innocent, leading men on, and now look what's happened! She's gonna get us all killed!
Her breakdown flipped a switch, and the women erupted into chaos all at once. They screamed curses at Selena, calling her shameless, raging about how she'd lured all their men away. As they spoke, the pirate speedboat drew near the shore. Panic exploded through the crowd. I fought to take control, yelling over the noise to tell them to stay calm, that everyone needed to take cover in the tunnels. Our island is far from the mainland, and we've long faced pirate raids. To protect ourselves, we built these tunnels to hide from attackers. The cramped tunnels were packed with women and children. All of us could hear the pirates' leering laughs as they hunted for women across the island. Terror seeped into every single one of us. To save everyone, there's only one risky way out. We have to crawl through the sewer, then take the speedboat to call for backup. My mother grabbed my hand tightly.
Vivian, you can drive a boat. Climb out to find James and bring him and the men back to save us.
I'm afraid James will refuse to come back with me even if I beg him.
Silence fell over the crowd instantly. 3 months ago, Selena was rescued to this island by James. Ever since then, James has clung to her day and night. Under the pretense of taking care of her, they were inseparable. They went fishing together, trained side by side every single day. Island residents whispered behind their backs, saying James and Selena were meant to be a couple. James grew even more affectionate with her amid the gossip. Instead of keeping his distance, I've quarreled with him countless times, screaming to ask who his true wife was. But he turned a blind eye to my pain, only calling me petty and jealous.
You're just jealous of Selena.
Ever since Selena arrived on the island, our love had completely vanished. Just as everyone was trapped in despair, my sister-in-law stepped forward bravely.
Let me handle this. I'm on good terms with all the Navy folks. What's more, Vivian's expecting. I couldn't face my brother if anything bad happened.
With that, she jumped into the sewer without delay. She crawled through the cold, dirty, damp pipes, heading for the outside world. We huddled and cowered in the tunnel, silently praying we would never be discovered. But the pirates still found the tunnel entrance.
There's an iron door here! I bet all the women are hiding inside. I knew it! There's no way! A huge island like this has not a single woman!
I've been drifting at sea for months on end. I won't hold back this time!
Driven by twisted desire for the women inside, the pirates began smashing and bashing the iron door frantically. Loud, heavy banging echoed nonstop. Every woman turned deathly pale, overcome with terror. They could only beg for the men to hurry back and rescue them. Half an hour later, Lily crawled out of the sewer, covered in filth. The crowd cheered at the sight of her, certain she'd brought the men back for help, yet their joy faded fast. She hung her head and wiped her tears, heartbroken.
I'm sorry they refused to come back with me.
My mother asked in a panic.
Why won't they return? Their wives and children are all trapped in here.
Sobbing harder, Lily bit her trembling lip and spoke.
My brother called me a liar. He said pirates would never attack Coral Island. He accused me of lying alongside Vivian to trick him and slapped me across the face.
Spotting the clear handprint on her cheek, everyone blamed Selena for being a seductress.
Selena's such a home wrecker. She'll get what's coming to her!
James skipped out on his duty. He actually disregarded the safety of everyone just for the sake of a woman.
The pirates had started using bombs to break through. In that instant, a deafening explosion boomed. The rusted iron door of the tunnel would only hold for 1 more hour at most.
Don't panic, everyone! Calm down! The nearest Star Shark Island is just 20 minutes away. I'll go get reinforcement right now.
The old mother-in-law grabbed my arm. Her rough, calloused palms were soaked in cold sweat.
Vivian, the safety of all the women and children depends on you. You must bring the reinforcements back.
I nodded gently. Bearing my pregnancy bump and enduring the stench, I crawled laboriously out of the sewer to the ground. I hopped onto a spare speedboat and raced straight toward the nearest Star Shark Island. When my speedboat rushed onto the beach of Star Shark Island, I spotted several armed men already waiting there. The moment I recognized the leading man, my eyes lit up with hope. It was Mike, the Navy's second lieutenant.
Didn't James take him out to sea? Why is he here?
I had no time to wonder. I stumbled toward him, about to explain the pirate ambush. His gaze toward me was filled with disgust. He suddenly yanked me forward sharply.
Vivian, how could you be such a repulsive woman?
I stared at him blankly, confused by his words.
The lieutenant specifically told me to wait for you here. He said you're consumed by jealousy, plotting with Lily. You'd go to other islands to spread lies, all just to ruin Selena's birthday ceremony.
Hearing Mike's words, I trembled with rage.
How cruel James could be. Just to stop me from fetching help, he actually sent men to block my only path.
The pirates are already attacking Coral Island. I'm not to spread rumors. I've come to get reinforcements. If no one comes to drive the pirates away, within an hour, everyone will die.
Perhaps seeing my overly serious expression, a flicker of hesitation crossed his eyes. After all, his wife, children, and mother were all left behind on the island too. When Mike was about to contact James on the walkie-talkie, one of his men leaned in and whispered,
"If there really was a pirate raid, how would the lieutenant not know about it?"
His face showed blind, unwavering trust. James was a former soldier, blessed with sharp battlefield instinct and great leadership. He had led the islanders to fend off pirate attacks dozens of times. After barely a second of silence, Mike burst into mocking laughter.
Vivian, you're quite the actress. You almost had me fooled. I know exactly what kind of man the lieutenant is. He's highly responsible and the leader of our Navy. There's no way he'd lack such basic vigilance.
His mocking words pierced my heart like a knife, tears welling up in my eyes. Every second wasted put the women in greater danger. I tried to rush toward the island recklessly, but Mike stepped forward and pinned me down in an instant. He then took out a rope and tied me up. With a cold expression,
As long as I'm here, you're not going anywhere.
Mike bound me tightly and tossed me straight onto the speedboat. Sitting on the speeding boat, I watched Star Shark Island drift further away. I closed my eyes in utter despair. On the cruiser anchored in open water, the Marines crowded around the deck and lit a fire. They sang Selena Happy Birthday. Wearing a glamorous gown, she danced with James right in the middle of the singing. I stared at the man who in my past life had me killed for his true love. A fire of pure hatred spread through my chest. The pirates were about to break through the bunker's steel door, and he was still here, dancing with the woman he loved. The moment they noticed me, they stopped. Selena walked up to me first.
Vivian, this is all my fault. If it weren't my birthday today, you wouldn't have to run around spreading lies about pirates.
As she spoke, she kept leaning against James's chest, but when she looked at me, a tiny mocking smile curled at the corner of her mouth. James gently stroked her hair.
Baby, what did you do wrong? You're just innocent and sweet.
Then he looked at me with utter disgust.
She's the problem. She's so blinded by jealousy she can't stand it. Just to fight for my attention, she'd actually play games with everyone's lives.
3 days married to the foolish Duke, and he was throwing a fit about moving out of our bedroom. I grabbed him and asked why. He blushed and stammered.
When Sebastian sleep with you, Sebastian always wets the bed.
I glanced down, and suddenly it all made sense. I helped him while blushing, and couldn't help teasing.
Only little kids wet the bed. How can a duke be like a little kid?
Later, the clingy fool returned to being. I saved the Duke of Devonshire from drowning at the Hyde Park Spring Flower Show. In full view of everyone, our clothes were soaked through and our skin touched. The Queen granted us a royal marriage on the spot. On the wedding day, Mrs. Megan combed my hair in the room, tears in her eyes. I laughed at her tearfulness.
It's a happy day, Mrs. Megan. You should be happy for me. Why are you crying?
Mrs. Megan stopped. Her voice choked.
I just pity you, my dear. You have such a hard fate. I heard that since the Duke of Devonshire was injured, his mind is like a child's. How can he be a good husband?
Assassins broke into Buckingham Palace on Christmas Eve. The Duke was injured in the head while protecting the Queen, and became mentally impaired. After the royal marriage was announced, all the debutantes in London laughed at me, saying I would marry a fool just to climb the social ladder. I didn't care.
It's better than being married off to Vachant Thorn by father.
The one from Thorn Manor?
Mrs. Megan opened her eyes in disbelief. Viscount Thorn was over 30, a notorious playboy in London. He was crippled in a horse racing accident in his youth, and since then had taken pleasure in torturing women. I nodded.
I never thought father could be so heartless.
When I was 3, my mother fell seriously ill. Before she even died, father brought the pregnant Lady Blackwood into the manor. A few months later, the baby's cries became my mother's death sentence. From that day on, for the next several years, I grew up but my heart became dead. He ignored my stepmother's cruelty and allowed my stepsister Isabella to bully me. Now, to form an alliance with the Thorn family, he was pushing me into the fire. I had lived in seclusion for years and was too weak to resist. Above parental authority, the only thing I could think of was royal power. The Duke of Devonshire was the Queen's beloved cousin, and had been injured saving her. That day, I risked my life jumping into the lake to save him, betting everything on it. I had only wanted to ask the Queen for a royal decree, but I never expected the broad and triumphant smile she wore that day. The sound of the wedding carriage bells grew louder and louder.
The Duke of Devonshire was once such a brilliant and honourable man.
I picked up my feather fan and whispered,
His nature must be kind and easy to get along with. Marrying him is my good fortune. Don't worry, Mrs. Megan.
Although I could comfort Mrs. Megan, I was actually scared inside. Marrying into a duke's mansion, I feared that one wrong move could ruin my reputation. From the church to the return to the duke's mansion, my heart raced and I dared not relax for a moment. When I sat on the bed, my hands were trembling with exhaustion. Because of nervousness, I unconsciously hid my face under the fan. But soon, there was a soft sound at the door. As the scent of sandalwood approached, my fan was gently lifted, and a stunningly handsome face suddenly loomed before me. Sebastian Cavendish wore a bright red wedding suit. His features were cold and sharp, but his eyes were clear and innocent.
The Queen didn't lie. It really is the fairy sister from that day.
I was surprised.
Does Duke still recognize me?
That day, Sebastian had choked on water and was still half conscious when I revived him, unable to recognize anyone. I thought he would have forgotten completely.
Yes.
He nodded and sat down beside me. He naturally wrapped his arms around mine and rested his head on my shoulder, coquettishly.
The lake was so cold, so cold. It was Sister who saved Sebastian.
Sebastian was tall and broad, his voice the deep, clear tone of an adult man. His childlike coquetry made the newly arrived servants cover their mouths and giggle.
The Duke is very fond of the Duchess.
I blushed and instinctively looked at the man beside me. But in an instant, Sebastian's attention was caught by the crystal wind chime on the headboard, and he played with it happily. He really is foolish. How could he know what love is? Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Your Highness, it's time for the wedding toast.
Sebastian immediately put down the chime and turned to me obediently, smiling. After drinking a glass, he frowned.
It's so bitter and spicy.
Before Mrs. Whitmore could fetch the macarons, he couldn't wait and ran to the table himself. The next second he ran back. He held the macaron to my lips.
This is sweet. Sister, eat it.
I was stunned for a moment and took a bite. A sweet taste filled my mouth, but my heart felt soft and aching. Since my mother died, no one had ever thought of me first, or fed me like this. My nerves, which had been taut all day, finally relaxed. Marrying this foolish duke seemed better than I had imagined. After all the ceremonies, Sebastian was taken to wash up. Mrs. Whitmore helped me remove my makeup and said casually,
The Duke is simple-minded now. If the Duchess treats him with sincerity, you will surely have a happy marriage.
I understood her implication.
Please speak plainly, Mrs. Whitfield.
She handed me a thick illustrated book.
The Duke likes Duchess and is willing to be close to her. But because of his injury, the marital duties will require the Duchess to take the initiative.
Before entering the mansion, a governess had come to Blackwood Manor to teach me how to serve a husband. I knew then, Sebastian and I were to be a real married couple. But I never expected the Queen's reminder to come so quickly.
Eleanor will follow Her Majesty's teachings.
千雪，千雪，千雪，
你终于回来了。
千雪，千雪，这怎么回事？千雪她怎么了？
大人，娘娘她带头抵抗叛军，身中数刀，恐怕是不行了。
什么？千雪，千雪，千雪！你不是宫里最好的御医吗？号称可以医死人，入白骨。愣是干什么呀？给我救人！救人啊！
大人，我不是御医，我是巫医。要让我救娘娘，是要付出代价的。
什么代价？说。
大人，娘娘如今三魂七魄，已经失了大半，想要令其复活，需要您实施的器物。
实施契约。千雪，当初无意要我献出实施契约，去连家入赘当狗，我全都照做。整整实施，我甘受因果，在林家万般隐忍。如今距离实施只剩3天，你真的能醒过来吗？喂，
王云峰，你死哪儿去了？叫你来酒吧接我，你听不到是吗？你耳朵聋了吗？
我马上过来。千雪，等我。来，干杯！
干杯！
陆叶，你喝多了。
我没有喝多。来，
好了，
继续。
别喝多了啊！
没事儿，你叫了我老公来接我。继续喝。
如烟，你老公真来了。如烟，
如烟，你也真是的，明明是个富家大小姐，怎么找了这么个老公？
就是，你看看她穿的跟个土包子一样。
如烟，你喝多了，我带你回家。
滚，别碰我！ 我告诉你啊，要不是我爷爷要我嫁给你，你连给我提鞋都不配。在我心里，你就是一条狗，狗，好吗？
云言，你真的喝多了，走吧。
我说了让你别碰我！跪下！跪下！手！手！
我靠，如烟，你家这狗也太听话了吧？这都能行？
王一峰，你这都能忍？
现在可以回家了吗？
啊！混蛋！你是死活都要赖在我林家是吗？周少，我们去开房啊，我就不行，但还能是。
如言，你说真的？
当然。赶紧去跟我跟周少开房。
云言，
我什么我？我就问你，你去还是不去？
好，我去。要逃吗？我去帮你买。
王一峰，你真的是可以的，你为了赖在我林家，你真够贱的！谁啊？
如烟，这么多年，我终于能和你在一起了。哟，
房已经开好了，东西也在里面。
王一峰，我可是你老婆，你就这样眼睁睁的看着我跟周少进去是吗？
是，你是我老婆，所以你的话我都不。
为什么你这么那什么？为什么你心甘情愿告我们林家的状？你是不是有什么阴谋的？
你想多了。
哎呀，如烟，你跟他废什么话？这家伙为了你们家那点钱，什么事儿都做得出来啊！他脸都不要了，他还会在乎什么？来，今晚多谢你的成全，这个是赏你的小费，拿着，拿着呀！啊！
谢谢。
如烟，你看，他还说谢谢呢。你这老公有他妈点意思啊！
行，王一峰，你真行，你为了钱什么都能干出来是吧？那你今晚就在门口和我跪着，我跟周少什么时候出来，你就什么时候起来。
时势为序，比这屈辱千倍万倍的事情，我都已经历过。只要能复活我的谦逊，就算在这里跪到天荒地老，又有何妨？什么？
王总，公司的股价突然遭到外国财团狙击，现在情况危急，需要你回来主持大局。
实施契约还没到期，这个时候不能让林氏的公司垮掉。好，我马上回来。你们看看，现在什么情况？股价暴跌啊！要财务啊！金老板， 总算是稳住局面了。
王副总，你实在是太神了！要是没有您坐镇，我们至少亏损几个亿啊！
行了，你先回去吧。
好，王副总，你也注意身体，早点休息。唉。
黄云峰，长本事了是吧？叫你在门外跪着，你竟然敢偷偷跑掉！我和周少是进去谈生意，一点小小的试探你就受不了了？给你发消息，你居然敢不回，你到底干什么去了？限你5分钟内回消息，不然要你好看！黄云峰，你有种，等死吧你！黄云峰，
如烟，
你这个王八蛋！我昨天不是让你在酒店门口跪着吗？你干什么去了？老娘给你发了800个消息，你都不回，说你究竟在干什么？我昨天不是让你在酒店门口跪着吗？你干什么去了？老娘给你发了800个消息，你都不回，说你究竟在干什么？
昨天晚上公司出了急事，我要赶回来处理你。
处理急事？
你不信是吧？来，这里都有记录，要是不信的话可以看看。
臭的王一峰，你少在这给我装勤奋！我林氏屹立海城几十年，做出了上百亿的盘子，你觉得你真的很重要？要不是我爷爷信祖上那套，说什么拿了信物的可以入赘我林家，你真觉得你能进我林家的门，真能做到这个位置？
我不管你怎么说，只要我还在林家，我就会对林氏集团负责到底。
还在装？要负责是吧？这可是周少昨晚给我的名单，上面全是国内顶级大佬的资料。据小道消息说，他们明天会在聚仙斋吃饭。这几个人可掌握着整个行业的命脉。要是你真有本事，就去聚仙斋替林氏把这次合作谈下。要是你真的谈下来了，我就带你去我们林家的千年大典，让你好好长长脸。
你说什么？千年大典？
对呀，你不知道吧？我们林家从祖上开始，每年的2月17都会在祖祠举办大典，今年正好是1000年。爷爷说了，到时候我们林家会天降贵人，洗浴真皇，这可是我们林家10代以来最重要的一次。届时所有的亲族都会过来祭拜。你不是说你在林家没什么存在感吗？只要你把这个合同拿下，我就让你好好长长脸。
2月17，那就是鲜血遇难的日子。林月无说的是真的，千年轮回，世事为序，他真的有希望回来。你刚刚说的都是真的？
我有必要骗你？
好，合同是吧？我现在就去给你钱。从林如烟那里听到千年祭祖大典的消息后，我更加决定千雪复活有望。为这一刻，我已等待1000年，现在要我付出一切，哪怕当狗，我也毫不在意。
这是当谁啊？不认识。
我呢，先自我介绍一下，我是林氏集团的代表，我叫王云峰，是林总安排我过来跟各位领导谈合作的。初次见面，我先敬各位领导一杯。哎，为了替林如烟拿下合同，我当场连喝了24瓶白酒。一块黑着，来，我干了，您随意。好，对，来，我这样不错，不错啊。好，梁总，早就听闻您了啊，酒量无限，来喝一个。王总海量啊！喝到后面，我的胃已经穿孔，但我知道，我不能放弃。王总，那咱这合同，哎呀，好，来。最后，我还是签下了这份不可能的合同。
怎么这么快就回来了？一身味儿，喝酒了？
喝了。合同也签下来了。
我靠，兄弟，这不是我跟你说的那几个大佬吗？他们竟然愿意跟林氏合作，
居然真的靠喝酒把合同签下来了。
对，合同签下来了。后天的林家千年大典，我要出席。
行了，我知道了，会带你去的。
那我先回去了。对了，后天需要准备礼物吗？
不用，人到了就行。
如烟，你后天不会真的把他带回家里去，承认他的身份？那你不是一点机会都不给我留？
没事儿，我只是带他回去，又不会承认他的身份。想让我承认，没门儿。
好，我们就进去说话。各位亲朋，各位好友，欢迎参加我林氏宗祠的新年大祭。我林家能够传承千年，百代不息，不仅靠的是列祖列宗的在天保佑，更靠的是在场诸位的鼎力支持啊！我在这里代表林氏族人，谢过各位了。
领导，舍不得，舍不得呀！林氏屹立疆场这么多年，我等也是靠着林氏才勉强有口饭吃。要说感谢，应该是我们感谢林家才对。
是呀，林老，听闻您近期又在市里谈下一个30亿的大合同，哎呀，这日后林家更是要一骑绝尘，扶摇直上了。日后还望您能给我等一个仰望的机会呀！哎，张老板哪里话？那个合同可是我的小孙女如烟她签的，我只不过是跟着沾点光而已。哦，对了，如烟怎么还没来啊？
爷爷，我到了，我到了。
姐，你总算来了，爷爷正说你呢。哎呀，这位就是周少啊，你怎么也来了？
今天我听如烟说你们林家要举办庆典，我特意来凑凑热闹。林老阿姨，这是给你们带的一点小礼物，小小心意，不成敬意。
周少客气了，你们周家互去称辈，能来我们林家，我们林家蓬荜生辉啊！
周少真不愧是人中龙凤啊，看着真顺眼。哎呀，只要是我女婿就好了。那个废子也来了。
晚辈王云峰，见过爷爷。
我们林家说不起，林家族谱里可没有赘婿的位置。
你怎么想着把这个玩意儿带来了？这不是让我们家丢人现眼？
你说他来就来吧，还打个空手，真是不知礼数。
王云峰，我昨天让你准备的礼物呢？
礼物？什么礼物？
我明明告诉你了，你耳朵聋了吗？
对了，后天需要准备礼物吗？
不用，你人到了就行了。
林如烟，我昨天特意问了
你什么时候问过？你是不是存心是想带着我一起丢人现眼？爷爷，你看看这个废物，我跟他是一天都活不下去了。我就不知道为什么非得把这个废物塞给我。我今天就是想在现场当着大家的面求您解除婚约，把他逐出林家。
这大过年的，这林大小姐不是要求福吧？如烟呀，爷爷知道你难受，但是1000年前林家就传下祖训，每一代都要收留一个拿着信物上门的赘婿。到你这儿已经是最后一代了，最后一天了，今天你就姑且再忍忍吧。
忍？要我忍这个窝囊废一辈子？哎呀，我不管，我不管，我现在就让他滚出去！
如烟，爷爷的话要听。
妈，怎么能这么轻易放过他呢？让王姐这么丢人，要我看就让他在这里当着所有人的面给我姐磕10个响，这事儿就算完了。
真是个好主意啊，如烟，那就听你弟弟的，就让这家伙现在给你扣10个响头。
王威峰，听到我妈刚刚说什么了吗？我妈要你给我磕头，磕完我就原谅你。
林如烟，我可是你丈夫，你让我当着所有人的面给你磕头。
The wedding! She's not who you think she is! The music cut off. The guests froze in place. Every secret I had hidden since the hotel powder room, since Victoria shoved the gown into my arms, since I raised that poil, since his thumb brushed my cheekbone and his eyes looked as if they had known all along rose in my chest at once. Dante didn't move. He stood beside me in perfect stillness, facing forward as always, and I couldn't read his face at all. The invitation belonged to my stepsister, and the money I was about to spend was never meant for me. None of it was mine, not the dress, not the identity, not the confidence required to walk into a room full of people who had been born knowing how to be in rooms like this. I told myself it was one night, in and out, No one would look closely enough to see through the mask. I was wrong. He looked, and he saw everything. His name was Dante Romano, chairman, crime lord. The kind of man who fills a room without trying and empties it just as easily. He caught my invitation when I dropped it at the entrance. Large hand, unharried grip. Eyes that moved across the pleroma of my mask and found my face beneath it. Before I understood what was happening, he already knew who I was. He had known before I arrived. What followed was not what I planned. It was a contract I signed under duress. A name I had to learn to answer to. A war I hadn't asked to be part of. And somewhere inside all of it, somewhere between the gunfire and the gasoline, and a man who poured both over himself to keep me alive, it became something I hadn't planned for either. This is how a woman with nothing becomes someone's everything. This is how a man who controlled everything learned to put the gun down first. I thought signing it would end the war, but it only changed the battlefield. My name is Aria Sinclair. I clean for a living, just enough to keep a roof over my head. I was wiping down the sink in the hotel powder room when the door flew open. Victoria stormed in and lunged for my collar before I could even turn around.
Take this off. You're going to the bachelor auction tonight, in my place.
I tried to push her off. Buttons popped from my shirt and clattered across the tile.
What? I'm not playing your twisted games.
She yanked me inches from her face, her grip iron tight on the ruined fabric.
You are. Do this and I'll cover your rent, or you're out on the street.
My phone lit up in my pocket. I didn't need to look.
I already knew what the notification said.
Final notice. The number that had been waking me at 3 a.m. for the past 2 weeks. She shoved a gown against my chest. Silk. Expensive. Not mine.
You're bidding on Dante Romano. He owns the biggest restaurant empire in North America. I need his investment, but I'm too busy to go myself. Use my name. Use my card. Don't blow your cover.
I looked down at the dress in my arms and felt the weight of having absolutely no other options.
Fine. You promise you'll pay my rent? I promise. Hurry up and change.
She left.
I stepped into the stall and pulled the gown on in the dark, already composing the version of this night I'd tell myself afterwards. It was just one evening, just one bid, just one name that wasn't mine. I'd be home before midnight.
No one would ever know. What I didn't know then, what I couldn't have known, was that Victoria had done me one final cruelty before I'd even left the room. Dante is actually a mafia prince from the most dangerous family in the city. I'm not stupid enough to mess with a monster like him. Try not to get yourself killed tonight, stepsister.
She never said it to my face, just thought it. I stepped out in the gown, mask in hand, and walked into the hotel ballroom with $50 in my own bank account and $1 million on her card. The ballroom blazed with chandelier light and old money. I found the seat labeled Victoria Sinclair and lowered myself into it, trying not to look like someone who had never sat anywhere this expensive. There was a plate of prime ribeye on the side table, untouched, like everything else within reach of these women. I picked up the fork without thinking. The steak was perfect. Nobody around me moved. A spotlight hit center stage. The host raised a microphone.
Ladies, welcome to the bachelor auction. Let the bidding begin. Our premier bachelor tonight, the prince of the Italian restaurant syndicate, Dante Romano.
He walked out like the room had been arranged around him. Jacket over one shoulder, silk shirt open at the collar, completely comfortable under 200 pairs of eyes. I stopped chewing. I recognized him instantly. The man from the entrance. The bidding started fast. 50,000, 100, 300, paddles rising across the room. With the easy confidence of women who spent this kind of money weekly, I gripped mine, without raising it, running the numbers in my head. Victoria's card had a limit. 1 million.
A failsafe, she'd said. No one would actually bid that high. For a date. The room was slowing. 2 paddles left, then 1. A woman in the front row. Cold-eyed, perfectly still. I raised mine. $1 million. Silence crashed over the ballroom. Every head turned. My cheeks went crimson.
Sold to Miss Victoria Sinclair.
I exhaled. On stage, Dante Romano was looking straight at me, not at the crowd, not at the host, at me. With the dark, amused expression of someone who had just gotten exactly what he came for. Rent covered, I told myself. That's all this was. He stepped off the stage and started walking in my direction. A staff member guided me backstage with a bright, practiced smile, the winner's suite, she called it. Private, champagne, a chance to meet your bachelor. The suite was dim. Dante was already inside. He leaned against the desk with a dead cigar crushed in the ashtray beside him, watching me cross the threshold. The way someone watches a door they've been waiting to open. He pushed off and started toward me, slow, deliberate, step by step.
Impressive, Mrs. Victoria. $1 million just to date me?
I kept backing up, until my shoulder blades hit the cold wall. He kept coming, until his arm slammed against the wall beside my head, trapping me in his shadow.
I had no idea you were so eager to have me.
Well, you're very attractive. That was the only truth I told for tonight. He reached for my mask. I clamped both hands over it. Don't touch it!
You dropped $1 million to own me. Don't I get to see my buyer?
He seized both my wrists in one hand and pinned them above my head. The mask hit the floor. He looked down at my face, and I looked up at his. And neither of us moved. I braced for recognition, for something in his expression to shift into understanding that I was not who the invitation said I was. Nothing shifted.
Don't hide yourself. Unless you have something else to hide, Mrs. Victoria.
The relief hit me so hard my knees went weak. He didn't know what Victoria looked like. I could keep pretending. His eyes narrowed, calculating, amused.
Cat got your tongue? Or are you lying to me?
No. That sounded like a question. He noticed. For it, I couldn't explain why, when the door burst open.
Sir, the car is ready.
I ripped my hands back. Dante shot Sam a lethal look. Sam's mouth snapped shut. I have somewhere to be. I have to go. I grabbed my gown and bolted. He didn't stop me. That was what I kept turning over on the way home, that he'd let me walk straight out of that suite, without a word. Not because he'd lost interest. Because he didn't need to hold me there. He already had what he came for. I just didn't know what that was yet. The thought sat cold on the back of my neck the whole way to my apartment. I told myself I was being paranoid. I told myself that all the way to my door, my pulse still high, the name on the auction receipt, Victoria Sinclair, starting to feel like something I'd tied around my own neck. Victoria called the next morning.
Did you win the bid for Dante? How was he?
I pressed a hand to my cheek. My skin still felt warm where he'd touched it. I did what you asked. Now pay my rent.
Not yet. You still have to go on the actual date and report back. No date, no rent.
She hung up. I stared at the dead phone on the sidewalk, furious, and then a Rolls-Royce Phantom glided to a stop 6 inches from my sneakers. Aback, Dante stepped out and across the distance in 2 long strides and stopped directly in front of me.
I'm taking you on our $1 million date. Sign this.
He handed me a folder. I opened it. A marriage contract. A marriage contract? Are you insane? I'm not marrying you. We just met. You don't even know me. He yanked me by the waist, slamming my back against the Rolls-Royce door. His hand closed around both my wrists and pinned them against the hood. He leaned in until his lips were at my ear.
I know everything about you.
No, you don't.
I know you want me so fucking bad. I bet you rub yourself alone at night, wishing it was my fingers inside you.
The slap cracked out before I had a conscious thought. His head snapped to the side. I felt the sting across my entire palm. I stared at him. He turned back slowly, touched his cheek with the back of one finger, and looked at me with something that was almost appreciation. I will never marry a man who humiliates me like this. I bolted down the sidewalk and didn't look back. Behind me, I heard Sam's voice, then Dante's, quiet and unhurried.
Destroy her home. Make sure she has nowhere to go, except to me.
I turned the corner to my street and stopped. Where my building had stood, there was nothing but a mountain of dust and broken concrete. Rebar jutted out at angles. Insulation spilled into the gutter. One of my neighbors sat on the curb holding a plastic bag with everything she'd saved. My landlord stepped out from behind the rubble. 2 men flanked him, the kind with faces that had stopped caring about outcomes a long time ago.
Late on rent, Arya.
The building is gone. How can you
Lease still stands. Pay up, or I'll sell you to cover the debt.
One of the men grabbed my chin and looked me over.
Pretty little thing. She'll fetch a high price.
I twisted away and ran. They caught me in 3 steps, arms clamped around mine, a hand over my mouth. I kicked and screamed into his palm. A Rolls-Royce Phantom hit the corner of the street hard enough to send the landlord scrambling backward. The door flew open. Dante stepped out in a long, dark coat, drew a handgun from inside it, and leveled it at the 3 men without breaking stride.
No one touches my wife.
The goons dropped to their knees. The landlord followed.
Mr. Dante Romano, the Mafia Prince, we didn't know she was yours.
I looked at Dante across the rubble, in my work uniform covered in concrete dust, and understood with horrible clarity that this was where he had been leading me all along. Every door he had quietly closed. This exact street corner. This exact moment, nowhere left to go. He had engineered every inch of it. Dante stepped forward and stomped down on one of the goons' legs. The man screamed. The other went rigid. The landlord pressed his forehead to the broken pavement, shaking.
Please, Mr. Romano, have mercy. I'll never touch her again, I swear.
Dante kicked him hard in the chest, sent him sprawling, and raised the gun.
You touched my wife. You're already dead.
Then he turned and held the gun out to me.
I don't...
He yanked me flush against his chest. His free hand slid up and covered my eyes. The world went black. His lips were at my hair.
Ever touched a gun?
No. He pressed the metal into my hands and closed my fingers around it. Warm hand over my cold ones. His body solid behind mine.
Hold it tight. Feel how hard it is. And squeeze.
His finger pressed down over mine. The trigger pulled. The shot cracked through the street and tore through my whole body. He uncovered my eyes. The 3 men were still there, kneeling, clutching their heads, gasping, unharmed. The landlord let out a broken, relieved laugh. Blanks. I stood in the street with the gun in both hands, shaking so hard I could feel it in my jaw, and Dante leaned close to my ear.
How did you feel when you pulled the trigger?
I was scared.
You can't be scared. You are a mafia wife. Watch and learn.
He took the gun back, spun the calendar, and fired 3 times. The men dropped and didn't get up. I clamped both hands over my mouth. Dante holstered the weapon and turned to me like the bodies behind him were furniture. He tipped my chin up with 2 fingers and looked at my face.
These are the consequences of messing with the mafia.
He was watching my expression with the same dark amusement he'd worn at the auction. I understood then, in the worst possible way, that he found me entertaining. If he ever found out I had lied to him, if he ever found out I was not Victoria, that I was just Aria, just a cleaner, this was what he would do. Sam appeared at his shoulder and held out a marriage contract. The corner was splashed with something dark. Dante took it and offered it to me without blinking.
Since you're homeless now, sign the contract and marry me. My protection is your only option.
What if I don't want to? Dozens of armed men closed in from every direction, materialized from the edges of the street, from alleyways, from behind the rubble. Every weapon leveled at the space around me.
I don't think you have a choice.
I looked at the contract in my trembling hands. The ink blurred. I looked up at his face, the absolute absence of doubt in it, and picked up the pen. My name appeared on the line in small, shaking letters. He watched it happen. Something in his expression shifted. Not softened, but settled. The patience of a man whose plan had finally reached its last step. All around us, the armed men lowered their weapons in unison. The bridal dressing room was all mirrors and ivory light. 2 maids stood behind me, pulling the corset laces tight. The gown was stunning, the kind of dress that existed to be photographed and not to actually be worn by anyone. Not so tight, I can barely breathe. They looked at each other and tug again. Then, the door opened. The maids left without a word. In the mirror, Dante appeared behind me.
Too tight?
He took the laces from where the maids had dropped them, slipped his fingers underneath, and pulled back. The corset came apart in one clean motion. The bodice slacked and dropped, and I grabbed for it with both hands, spinning halfway around. He was already there, arms circling my waist from behind, his chest plush against my bare back, lips at my ear.
I'll be your husband. Call me Dante.
He began relining it, slowly, each downward loop deliberate, his knuckles tracing my spine as he worked. My skin responded before I could stop it. He felt it.
So responsive. Your body already knows who it belongs to.
He reached the base of my spine and yanked the final lace tight. The force jerked me back against him. I gasped his name before I could think not to. His hand found my jaw and tilted my face toward our reflection.
I can feel how much you want this.
Dante, the wedding is about to start. He smirked, tied a perfect bow, and stepped back.
Fine, little lamb. I can wait. See you at the altar.
I stood alone in front of the mirror for a long moment, pressing one hand to my chest, trying to understand why I'd reacted to his touch the way I had. I didn't find an answer before the music started. Dante led me down the aisle. The church was full. Hundreds of faces I didn't know watched us walk toward the priest, who stood with the patient expression of a man who had performed this ceremony in front of dangerous people before and knew better than to show nerves. Dante stopped beside me at the altar. He turned. I turned. Our eyes met, and neither of us looked away.
Do you, Victoria,
take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband.
Dante watched me, the trace of a smile at the corner of his mouth. Knowing, private, pointed directly at me and no one else. I opened my mouth. I was never Victoria, and I was about to vow and marry a dangerous mafia prince. I didn't have any other choices. I do. The doors blew open. Blair stormed in from the back of the church, flanked by 2 massive bodyguards pointing straight at me.
Stop the wedding! She's not who you think she is!
The music cut off. The guests froze in place. Every secret I had hidden since the hotel powder room, since Victoria shoved the gown into my arms, since I raised that poil, since his thumb brushed my cheekbone and his eyes looked as if they had known all along, rose in my chest at once. Dante didn't move. He stood beside me in perfect stillness, facing forward as always, and I couldn't read his face at all.
You bitch! I'll teach you how to behave like a real woman. My woman!
He's back?
I heard there's something worth seeing tonight.
He looks untouchable now. It's been 3 years. He must have forgotten me.
You have a sharp eye, Mr. Kane. This one is...
The Ross family's golden girl, paraded like a caged prize. That's impressive.
She's a top-tier beauty in Manhattan. Why don't you have a taste first, Mr. Kane?
Taste? No, I don't touch goods past their prime.
Josiah, is this what you came back for? To humiliate me? To get back at me for leaving you 3 years ago? Josiah!
Aisha, why aren't you home yet? Are you crying?
So much blood. I don't know what to do, Josiah. I'm so scared.
Whose blood? Hey, where are you?
I'm in Central Hospital.
I'll be right there. Stay there, okay?
Josiah! Josiah! Please wake up, Josiah! I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. Please wake up, please. Everyone who gets close to me ends up hurt. First Leon and now Josiah. I can't hurt you again.
Stay away from my son. He is the heir to the Kane family. His future wife will be a woman of pedigree, not you.
Josiah's a Kane? The Kane family that controls global finance? I had no idea.
I don't care whether you knew or not. It's your fault Josiah was in that accident. Now he's at risk of losing his eyesight. And he's refusing treatment. If this goes on, his dreams will die as well as his vision.
He wanted to be an architect. The accident's all my fault. I never should have answered his call. I'm so sorry.
Save your guilt. It doesn't change a thing. See this? Looks familiar, doesn't it?
It's my brother's necklace. How did you get this?
If I can get my hands on his stuff, imagine how easily I can wipe his name off the hospital VIP list. Or wipe him out entirely.
Please, please don't hurt my brother. Please, I'll do anything. What do you want? What do you want, please?
Good. I want you to make Josiah believe that you betrayed him. I want you to break his heart so that he'll stop clinging to you and start fighting to stay alive. Your brother's life is in your hands.
Okay. I understand.
Hey, careful. Aisha. Is that you? Is that you? Are you hurt?
No, I didn't get hurt. I ran into some trouble, but it's been handled.
Trouble? Then why did... Why?
I came to say goodbye, Josiah. I'm moving to Berlin to finish my studies. Jasper arranged everything. We're done, Josiah.
Berlin? Jasper? Look, I don't understand. Why? Is it because of me? Because of who I am now? Look, the doctor said there's still hope to get my sight back.
Hope? Look at you, Josiah. You can't even take care of yourself. You're a burden now.
Be realistic, Josiah. I'm a Williams heir. Aisha's a Ross heiress. We belong together, and you don't belong in our world.
Jasper can give me the life that I deserve. Sports cars, designer clothes, parties, things you wouldn't understand.
Everything done for you. You just think I'm a burden now?
Yes.
Look at me. Tell me that you ever loved me.
Never.
You are the most heartless woman I've ever met.
Well, good. I'm glad you see it now. Remember this day, Josiah, and don't ever come looking for me. Come on, Jasper.
I'll never forget you for the rest of my life!
Take the money and disappear.
Hate me, Josiah. If that's what it takes for you to survive, go live the life you dreamed of, and don't ever look back.
Well, sweetheart, maybe we should get you a room. You look like you need it. Evening, Mr. Kane. You are all mine tonight, gorgeous. Mr. Kane, this is a misunderstanding. I didn't know it was you.
Open the door.
Calm down!
Get up.
Get out!
Why does my heart still race for that woman every time I see her? Get a grip, Josiah. You latched onto a rich guy and dumped me the second you got bored? And now, how does it feel to get played?
Josiah, we were never meant to live in the same world.
What just happened?
Nothing happened. I have to go.
Aisha, what am I to you, really?
Never show up in front of me again. Understood?
Sure. I'll stay out of your way, Mr. Kane.
You're back already? Let me be clear. I already arranged your marriage to Simon. Don't do anything to ruin it now.
Marriage?
For 3 years now, you have been dragging me from event to event, and now you want to take away my future as well?
Simon promised me a contract worth millions of dollars. I'm not about to marry off my daughter, Jenny. But you, Aisha, we adopted you. And now it's time to pay it back. You refuse this marriage, and your brother's treatment ends tonight.
Fine. I'll marry Simon Hudson. But I want $5 million transferred directly to the hospital towards Leon's treatment. Once the money clears, I'll go through with the marriage.
No problem. And listen to me. Tomorrow is Jenny's birthday party. Stay out of sight. Don't do anything to ruin her day.
Miss Ross, you look incredible. Everyone will be staring at you tonight.
Is that the other Ross sister? She's breathtaking. My dearest sister, you really know how to dress for attention. Bitch, don't think you can steal my moment.
I'm not. I was bringing you the design drafts.
Oh, good girl. Here, take it.
My beautiful fiancé. Come on. Let's see if you're really worth the money.
Mr. Kane, Mr. Jones, what an honor. Jenny, come here.
Mr. Kane, did you come for my birthday?
I heard the Ross family has 2 daughters. Why do I only see one?
Well, Aisha doesn't really come to these kinds of events.
So she can just skip the banquet because she doesn't feel like it. Did the Ross family forgot how to teach their daughters the most basic manners?
Sorry, a stray cat must have wandered in. Sorry.
Mr. Kane, what's this about?
You don't get to talk to Mr. Kane that way. What the hell are you doing here?
I was just enjoying some quality time with my fiancé. Is there a problem?
Fiancé?
Yeah, Aisha and I, we're engaged.
Is that so?
That's right. Just a bit of intimacy between the couple. A misunderstanding. Aisha, you should tidy up and come downstairs. The guests are waiting.
So you are engaged to Simon. Do you love him?
Yes.
So the other day, I interrupted your little moment.
Mind your manners, Mr. Kane.
Josiah, you should come downstairs to see my designs. Oh, this dress, by the way, I designed it myself. Do you like it?
How could I not like it?
Oh, then come on, let's go downstairs.
Holy hell, that's unreal. She looks like a masterpiece.
You certainly know how to make an entrance, Miss Ross. You kept everyone waiting way too long.
My apologies, Mr. Kane.
That little bitch. Always stealing my spotlight.
Come on, Josiah. You promised you'd cut the cake with me.
Those moments of happiness were like cream, sweet on the tongue, vanishing in an instant.
Time to arrange a little accidental contact with Josiah. Mr. Kane, you look a little bored. How about a game of truth or dare?
Sure, I'm in.
I dare you to choose a girl here to kiss for 3 minutes.
Oh, don't tell me you're backing out, Josiah.
Who said I would choose dare?
Fine. Then truth it is. When was your first love?
College.
And if you had to take her back, would you?
Take her back. I don't love her anymore. I hate her.
I'll do truth.
Have you ever truly loved someone?
Probably not.
Just a little accidents. Come on. Let's keep going.
Wait, Simon. Your fiancée said she never loved anyone. It doesn't seem like she's very serious about you.
Exactly. That's basically a public humiliation.
That's not what I meant. I'm sorry. An apology isn't enough. Why don't you give Simon something to enjoy right now?
Yeah, Aisha.
So what's it gonna be? On top or underneath? Maybe we should film it so Simon can watch later.
I'm glad a little test rub you. I bet you won't get enough of me.
I'm not really feeling well. Please let go of me, Mr. Hudson.
Not so fast, honey. It's time you did your duty as my fiancé.
Kiss, kiss, kiss! Kiss!
You hit me? I'm gonna fuck you up. Mr. Kane, why are you hitting me? What did I ever do to you? Do I need a reason?
Josiah stepped in for Aisha? Did they know each other before? Josiah, just tell me what you want. Stop playing games with me.
What games? Games like this? Like this? Like this? After all these years, your taste for men still suck.
And what does that have to do with you?
You know, you'd be more charming if you just shut up. What are you really afraid of? Of them finding out? Or your fiancé's reaction when he sees me how I kiss you?
Josiah, there is nothing between us anymore.
Gone off your engagement.
Please wake up, Josiah. Please don't hurt my brother.
Please. No, I need this marriage.
Oh, I know. But you don't even like Simon. You need money. How much is he paying you? 5 million? 10 million? I can pay you that money.
No, I can make my own choices. Okay, Simon can give me status and a stable life.
Aisha, why have you been in there so long?
I'll be right out.
You are really afraid, are you?
Josiah, I need this marriage. Please don't do this to me.
And what do I get to help you?
do you want?
I want you to sleep with me anytime, anywhere, whenever I want.